From Los Angeles, this is Montserrat Radio. You're listening to Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your hosts, Benny Wilson and Thomas Christian.
Hello. Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to the Fake News Show. This is your host, Benny. Today I have breaking news for all of you guys. And not all the time breaking news are also bad news. But before I address it, I want to thank everybody everybody that has been writing to me on emails. Thank you so much for your stories and thank you so much for your words. I'm just doing this as a service to the community, if you can tell that. I told my people in Facebook that we need to be prepared because we're about to see the biggest roller coaster in this process and this painful process of the RB. And I was 100% right again. I wish I could be wrong at least one time. But let me just tell you what happened. Okay, before that, the breaking news basically is I got one breaking news, which is a good sign of the process on the RB. And one breaking news that is not really a good news. Let me just go for the bottom, from the top. And basically, Donald Trump will visit Abadi in May. That is on the news. So, will he do that in 4 days? Because by next Monday is May 1st. Yeah, it could probably happen in that. Maybe because everybody just expecting that Abadi will make the announcement that he has liberated Mosul. And here comes the bad breaking news. The bad breaking news is that probably Abadi will still announce that Mosul is liberated, but not actually the whole region of Mosul, but just the city. Yeah, you heard it right. Probably we just had a bad translation. And probably Abadi will just announce that the city of Mosul is liberated in full. Not the whole region. Not the whole west of Mosul. And why they doing it? Why would they do that? Well, because I've been telling you for a long time that the government is very corrupted. You know, they've been holding a sector of a city that is not even the most that it can be. Probably be 5% of the size of the 5% of the size of the city of Los Angeles. It's very small. That city is very small. And it's ridiculous now, because now they're saying because of the translation, because of the war, they're not actually talking about ISIS or Daesh. They're actually talking about militants. And now, what are militants? Probably just people who are they don't like the government of Iraq. And they're not really ISIS, but, local terrorists. And we know for a fact how unstable is Iraq. It's been unstable for many, many years. Would I be surprised? No, not at all. But we know for a fact that the prophecy of King Clement is coming true. For once, he said that the RB will happen even though Iraq is at war. And for the other thing is that a lot of events are happening right now. That will be considered, like I said yesterday, a shakeup. All these events that are happening. North Korea, Syria, Russia, China. The debt ceiling, which, by the way, they say that they're going to lift it up. And I told you that if Donald Trump will do the right thing, he will let it collapse. Now, I heard some emails telling me what that the debt ceiling had to do with the RB, with the GCR. A lot. Because if they let collapse the economy, the budget of the number one economy in the world, they can actually go back to IMF and World Bank and tell them, look, we have too much debt. Forgive us the debt. That will actually trigger the whole world forgiveness of debt. That is basically the financial reset. But now I heard that they actually will go for it and raise it again. And I think that's a tremendous and it's a tragedy that they keep rising a debt that is literally impossible to pay. Now, for those who think that United States have enough dinars that when the RB will happen, they'll be having enough to pay the debt, yeah, you can say that. But they don't need the dinar to pay the debt. They don't. Am I saying they have the money? Yes, they have the money. And why am I saying that they have the money? Well, because banks work that way. The government is a corporation. Right now, it is still a corporation. A corporation that manage the money and have secret budgets. We all know that the government has black budget that is focused on secret plans, secret projects like Area 51 and all the stuff. So we know that they have trillions of money. They have enough money to pay off the debt. So they don't need the RB. Trust me on that. So let's go back to the news. Now, so I told you about Mosul. That now they saying that probably is a mistake or a translation, saying that probably it's not the whole Mosul. It's probably just the city. Because the place, the region that needed to be free was the west side of Mosul. So there you go. Chaos and panic. Confusion. Roller coaster. Just like I told you. So would they make this announcement? Quite frankly, I don't know. Now that I have let's go back to the meeting, to the news. We all know that the IMS is meeting with Iraq in May also, talk about tax reforms, and to actually, they want to talk about activating the private sector. What does that have to do with us? A lot. If they activate the private sector, more chances are that they will revalue. So this is a great news. So let's go back to the news again, and let me see what's the other news I gotta tell. Oh, if they actually announce on Saturday the liberation of the city of Mosul or whatever, if Abadi make the announcement on top of the Al-Nuri Mosque. The Al-Nuri Mosque is basically the principal mosque in Iraq that ISIS declared the caliphate to the world. If Abadi announces the liberation of Mosul, and hopefully it's the liberation of the whole region of Mosul, it means that the war is over. Why? Because it is a symbol. People love symbol. So are the governments. We're living in a world that loves symbols, and basically even the elites promote the symbols. I've been telling you for a lot of stuff, a lot of time. For example, the latest video that were going viral to talk about Trump. That something was going to happen on the 26th, which thanks God nothing happened. And I told you guys that the elite, the current elite, actually work that way. They work on symbols. They work on subliminal messages, and they work on symbols. So now these people in the government in Iraq, they want to do it the same way if they do it. Because a lot of people within Iraq are saying that they probably do it in the mosque, the Al-Nuri Mosque. So we just wait. That's all I can tell you. My surprise about the latest news and these roller coasters of ups and down. No, I even told my people in Facebook, be prepared for roller coaster. Be prepared for bad news. We only have to keep our faith very strong that this excruciating waiting will be over as soon as possible. The other news that I came out in, thanks to a friend of mine, was saying, I don't know if this is true, because many of the news that runs the internet, they're fake news, just like my show. But actually, they're not telling you the truth, okay? So they're saying that Donald Trump is creating his own political party. Now, it caught my attention because I was expecting another prophecy from King Clement when he said that there will be another party created. It will take 5 years and it will destroy the Democratic Party. So, if you read that news, it will tell you exactly the same thing. I don't know, maybe they just made up that news according to the prophecy of King Clement. I wouldn't be surprised because there's a lot of idiots over there in the net. But it caught my attention. I don't know if this, like I said before, I don't know if this news is real. But if it is real, then we can tell you that another prophecy passed by. And it's gonna be really dramatic. It's gonna make a lot of people, even the people because I know a lot of friends of mine, they're actually getting convinced already that there is a God, because they see these things and they go, wait a minute, why is it coming true? You know, because many people believe when they see results, whatever. And I know that one in particular will become a believer. So that's a good thing. So I told you about the IMS, which is meeting with Iraq for tax reforms and activate the private sector. I told you about the Al-Nuri Mosque, which basically they're going to use it as a symbol. We don't think that this Saturday they will announce it as a complete liberation. We don't think so. And I just beginning to believe that probably not. Does that mean that we're not going to have an RB again? I'm going to confirm it again. We are on the 27th of April 2017. As far as I know, we are still good on the month of April. So I don't care about, I have never cared about governments. I've been very, very, very clear on that. I don't care about announcements. I don't care about governments. I don't care about news. The only reason why I bring breaking news is because people are oriented in this. They're not really oriented on my information. They do orient on my information, but they believe more the breaking news that are on paper, that are on the news, on TV, on basically sources that are basically real, reliable sources. Too bad that in the internet, 80 or maybe 90% of the news that we read in articles are fake. They're fake news. That's too bad. I wish they could be the other way around. I sometimes even thinking about that the elite are trying to do that on purpose to bring back the people to watch the stupidity trash on TV. I would not be surprised. So, if we have an RB by tomorrow, you gotta wait. And I'm gonna be repeating again. I know people don't like me to repeat again. You gotta wait. And why I so into repeating again? Because I need to get into your consciousness. Because I've been telling you that it's not gonna be a pretty thing. It's not gonna be a pretty thing. People are really hungry to become rich. That is the main thing. That's the only truth and nothing but the truth. And I know I'm probably going to offend some of you. I'm not telling you that you are that kind of people. But there's a big majority of the people who are waiting for this event are more concerned about them getting rich than help humanity. I've been realistic. I'm not like some idiot out there that say it's not about you and me getting rich. It's about the humanity. It's about the humanity project, the humanitarian projects. No, I will tell you straight out. the big majority of the people who's waiting for this event, they care more about themselves than humanity. My message goes to the whole people who listen to my intel and my show. But I'm concerned more for those who want to make the difference. And that's why I try my very best to bring them with intel, to bring them with news, and lift them up, because these people are very, very good people. I have the pleasure to treat them personally, to talk to them personally, and I can tell you that they are very genuine people that I know they will make a big difference in this planet. Now, I'm not God, and I'm not trying to be God, so I cannot judge anybody. But I can tell you right now that people are more concerned about themselves. So, you gotta be careful. Because as human beings, we are direct and controlled by our emotions. And I think I probably talked about this before. If you are controlled by emotions, your first response and your first thinking or respond to any news that they might have an RB, or right now we have international rate, the first response will be, let me go to the bank. Let me now ask for a rate. That will happen. And it's not going to be pretty. And later on, you will see all these traffic accidents and all these people going crazy on the streets and all these people having heart attacks. Trust me, it will happen. That's what I need you to understand. This is very, very important. And when that happens, you probably remember my name. So, that's it. That's all my show. For tomorrow, I'm expecting something even bigger. Another roller coaster. Another one. I mean, if I would just tell you what I'm expecting tomorrow, oh my God. It probably be the biggest roller coaster ever. It is big. It is huge. Before Saturday. So let's wait. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I'll see you next time, hopefully for the last time tomorrow in another edition of the Fake News Show. For now, have a good night and thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.